trying. I hear something else. I don't know what I done. So I put something up.
Well, this video is going to be for Nolan and Jethro. First of all, we are going to change over the exhaust manifolds because this Oldsmobile has a wide pipe. I'm not letting anything loose on that. Second of all, I have to locate an intake manifold for that car. It's a 455 Rocket, and I only knew of one, and the guy accidentally threw it out. Then I have to find a 4-barrel carburetor for that car, which I don't have. However, I do have,
Rich, believe it or not,
a new set of rims for that car. Wide ones for the back.
I mean, I'm 97%
and little
sure.
narrow ones for the front.
But
Now we'll see later today, you two.
Obvious.
And I also have my...
That's what I meant, but...
Well, what the hell I call it? I call it a sander,
He's
but
trying to make
it's an
like
air one.
It's
so
a rocket, quote
Jethro knows what it is. I can't think of it right now. And I will be sanding the car down. But there has to be some metal fabrication done too. Then the car needs a massive tune-up. In other words, it needs replaced. I have to replace the oil. Let's see, spark plugs, wires, points, condenser, cap.
I mean, I understand. If
rotor.
he's really driving a car, I don't know why he don't put that on. At least it runs.
The power steering still works in that car. I'm surprised. And the power brakes apparently still work because it's got the booster behind the master cylinder. So, but I may need to change that master cylinder because it looks old as hell, and who knows how long that's going to hold up. And you don't want to be going down any kind of track of any kind, or even thinking about it with bad brakes. Let's see. Then we have to deal with the body. The body's got to be sanded. I'm probably going to paint that car flat black, and then I'll put my own decals on it like Jethro did with his car, with his T-Bird. Let's see. A set of headers would do really nice for that, but I have to locate them.
You don't have the patience for headers on the car.
And see how much they are.
I want to see that video, Rich.
The headliner is going to be ripped down from the inside.
Well, can you rip it down from the outside? Is it possible to pull a headliner through the roof?
The steering wheel in there is disintegrating.
What the fuck?
The seats, however, are okay. I think there's one little rip in the back, but the seats are the originals and the original fabric. Column shifter doesn't have that in my car. I have the console shifter on the floor. That's going to have to be cleaned up, and then I'm going to have to do something with the door panels. Excuse me, I got an itch. Something with the door panels. I have to do some metal fabrication still, which I'm probably going to start that today.
Stay away from them $2 hose, man.
You can always cut out the template for the areas that need, metal fabrication. And, after I do measuring about 3 or 4 times just to make sure it's legitimately on the schnoz, and then, start to get it put together. But the wheels are definitely going to be big ones in the back, and I got little ones in the front. Maybe not as big as Jethro's. Maybe nowhere near as big as the ones that are on the dragster. But, yeah. I have to start somewhere, and it's not going to get done by me talking about it. So, now that I don't have the congestive heart failure or respiratory heart failure, whatever the hell it was, I can breathe easier. If you guys noticed when I was recording videos earlier, I was having problems breathing, and it's got nothing to do with my weight. It's got to do with water being in my lungs.
You don't have water in your lungs, Rich. You're a lying piece of shit. If you had water in your lungs, you'd be aspirating, bud. You wouldn't be talking right now, dude.
Water build up in my leg.
You'd be at the very least coughing up bloody fucking foam-filled goobers. You would not be sitting up talking if you had water in your lungs, man. Google is your friend, so you don't sound so ignorant.
In the sand. letting it go
Christ,
and
man.
putting your hands back over it, and you could feel the impression.
Got water in my lungs. Not my water. I got water in my lungs.
So
you're fucking drowning then, dude? I mean.
But
apparently so.
Yeah, I gotta get one, two. There's 3 of the rims I believe are on my porch, and they're aluminum. Or what I can do is I can switch it up.
Lungs, yes, but it's not from water in your lungs, man. And
I have the slotted ones that is like a 55 Chevy, which I can put in the front.
I mean.
And then I can put the.
That means water's done filled up your legs.
The rims have like rivets all the way around it. It's a certain design. They probably look pretty good polished up. The 57 does run. It doesn't run on its own yet. It ran yesterday on its own, but it seems like every time I do an adjustment on that thing, I'm not talking about valves, I'm talking about carburetor throttle adjustment. It gets out of whack. So what I did yesterday was I adjusted the throttle arms, the top and the bottom one, and I think what it did was it messed up the car from running on its own. So in other words, I didn't have to put anything on there this time in order to stand out in front of the car because, you know, it wasn't running on its own before. And I went to the back of the car. You can see me looking at the exhaust. But afterwards, I adjusted, and I think I did something wrong because now it's not running on its own anymore, again. So I have to go back out there and maybe put everything back where it was. And hopefully that'll make up the difference. But, yeah, the 69 holes had a vinyl top, but I took it the hell off because I know what that does to a top. I've seen enough of pole barn garages cars.
How far away is that?
And I'm not in the mood to sit there and take no saw and cut off the top of a car.
It's got a 4
Not for any reason. So, let's see. Oh yeah, then after I put the headliner in, I gotta get a package tray for the back.
Your full floor.
The rear window. I also have to check the lights because I don't know. I think there's one headlight that works and that's it. It's another project car. It's not. It was given to me for free. It does have the 455, and it does need work. I mean, don't they all?
I'm willing to bet it was getting to
get his T-Bird in mint condition when he first got it. So there you go, folks. Things take time and things take a while. And with me not having help here, because of my condition, heavy or not, or not healthy, or having health issues, it's going to take a little longer. And I'm going to do it within my time, not somebody else's. So you're going to have to bear with me, that's all I can say. And as far as you're talking about me not listening to you. You just like randomly blurt out these things and act like I'm not listening. Well, if you listened to the car the first time around and I had it running where it is right now, it sounded like crap. It still kind of sounds like crap, but nowhere near as bad. It's running a lot smoother.
Still sounds like shit.
There are still things that have to be done to that car. Gasket, fuel line, brake line, brake hoses for the front. Studs have to be taken out of the rear wheel on the passenger side. I haven't done any of this stuff because my plate is full. Right now, everything is, I mean, even right now it's full. I got to deal with something out of court on, I think it's the 13th or the 15th or something like that.
How many motherfuckers are
I have disability to tend with, whether it's temporary or permanent. I don't know which one yet. I have to get some paperwork from my cardiologist in order to send in for that, so I have to go down there today. So it's like whenever I get time, you know? Even though I'm not working right now, doesn't mean I don't have things to do. and subscribe. I'll be back in the next one, which probably won't be too long. I'll probably have that one video up this afternoon. I'll put the, let's try to put the rims on the car. I have the freaking, proper, not lug nuts. You know how they had the ones for the SS Kragers? Well, I have those kind of lug nuts. Make sure I have enough. I don't have to go out and buy some. So, things are going to take time. You got to bear with me, and things will be done. Hopefully with this one, it won't take as long as 57. But the 57 was a lot more in depth. I mean, I was recovering seats.
That's a big work for you.
Headliner, locating parts. The Oldsmobile doesn't need to have parts located. The Oldsmobile doesn't need to have the seats done. I think a good vacuuming and shampooing will get rid of the stains on the carpet. The floors on that car are solid. I've already tested it out with the old stomping foot routine. Believe me, if you're as big as I am and you're stomping your foot inside that car and it's not going through the floor, you're golden.
Yeah, because you can't pin holes.
Takes care of that part of the car. Now, as far as a brake being hung up, I don't think there is. I think it's the transmission. I think that's what needs to be tended to, especially the return coolant line, the outer one. So that is something I'm going to have to get up underneath there and find out what's going on with that, or if it even is that. I mean, when I run it and there's trans fluid in it, it sprays up on the firewall. It doesn't leave a puddle on the ground. So my assumption is there's a pinhole in the transmission coolant return line that's causing the trans fluid to spray all over the firewall on the passenger side. That's what I think it is. It could be something else. It could be wrong. We'll find out. But like I said, like and subscribe. And if you have valid points on something that I'm working on, your information will be taken into consideration. However, if it's something that I don't feel that needs to be done, that is at my discretion whether I decide to take your advice or not. As they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. And the same goes with all these other YouTubers. They do their own thing. They don't always follow everybody. And I don't always follow everybody either. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes when I do, it bites me in the ass. Sometimes when I do, it doesn't. So you have to take the good with the bad, and you have to do the best you can. And I don't have a garage. I don't have a lift. I have a car jack, I have jack stands, and I have a piece of paved driveway that I actually have to move the car up to. And take a nice little piece of galvanized steel and lay under that, or on that actually. I do have one of those roller things that you can lay on and go underneath the car, but I think it might be a little bit too high, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get the Oldsmobile up high enough in order to use that, because the wheels are a little bigger on that. I have a lot of new tools thanks to Busted Radio Garage and Renegade's Garage, and I have parts from some friends, Steve, and I have some very loyal people that are following me, like Bubba and what is his name? There's a couple other people that I have. They know who they are. And then we have some people that just like to give me a hard time. Sometimes their advice is constructive. Like I said, it's just a matter of weighing out the good and the bad, and you have to decide what's good for you and what's bad. I do have repair manuals in here, and if I do research something online and it doesn't add up, or if the manual says otherwise, I'm going to follow the manual.
You said you don't do
I'm
that.
not going to short corner anything.
You said I have manuals. I have manuals, but I
trying to adjust those valves on that damn thing. And like I said, you can't see what's going on with them. When the intake is on and your heads are on and your valve covers are on, you're really not going to see much. So you're not going to be able to tell, well, is it the highest point of the or is it the lowest point? You can pretty much tell.
Intake.
You know, turn the engine, but you know, there's a certain setting you have to have it for before you actually do the valves. You have to start off at 1 and work your way around. And I already went through the sequence of, you know, you have 3 and 2 that actually coincide with one another. And I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head, but there's like, you know, 4 on one side that coincide with the 4 on the other side. Driver's side and passenger side. And when you turn 1 and it comes up, say on the driver's side, the piston comes up, you know, then you go and do the adjustment on the passenger side, corresponding number. But yeah, that's where it lays right now. That's where we're sitting at, and gonna try not to make this car look like Grandma Moses' car. Actually, the car has a body style of the old race cars from the 70s. It doesn't have, it's not a Delta 98. 98, it's got the square top. This is the 88, it's got the rounded slope back. So it's not as boxy as the other one was. Some of the parts on that might fit though. Like the front bumper, some of the glass, except for the back. Certain other pieces. But anyway, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So we're going to start something on the olds today. And, you know, I got something here that is going to make it look a little bit better. And then we'll work on getting the sounding a little bit better. You know, because there still has to be some work done. The exhaust manifolds and the tune-up, and you know, I want to check the block, make sure that there's nothing leaking. See, because when I got this car, the lady actually had it sitting in a mechanic's garage, and they sat it there for 3 years. They did nothing to it. The thermostat housing, you know, the little piece you put on over the thermostat well, that actually had a pen hole in it. Not a pinhole, a pen hole. So in other words, you could take the tip of a pin without the cap and poke it into this hole, and it was going right through, so water leaked right out of there. And I come to find out that when I took the part off, there was a number.
So not a pinhole,
I researched the number online. It was the original thermostat housing from 1969.
Oh my
Mechanics
God!
did nothing to this car. They didn't do a tune-up. They didn't do a new thermostat housing. They didn't check the transmission. Hell, they told her that they put new tires on it. They put dry rotted sidewalls tires on her car.
Dry rotted sidewall tires.
And she was paying these people, and they took advantage of her.
And you didn't, huh?
So ultimately, we were working on something where I was going to paint the car for her, and you know, try and bring it back because it was her father's car. And this is the story of the car. And then ultimately, she just started getting ill, something to do with her balance or whatever, and she sent the title and the keys up to me, and she said, good luck with it. I was like, okay, that was surprising. She even had it towed to my house, so that was a bigger surprise. But I see her online, and she's not doing too bad now. Hopefully things are working out for her. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, you know.
Any of that sound right to you, Dad?
Not at all. I mean, he's a fucking idiot, dude.
So that's enough rich content. I have to go edit these videos, get these guys up for you guys. See you guys tomorrow night. Fuck you, Barry. Leave them kids alone. See you guys tomorrow night. Rich, Jabba, go fuck yourself, dude. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground.
Jesus Christ. You don't know who call you stupid.
Because you're stupid. So, until next time, hope y'all are having a fun, safe week. Go check out our friends Mako Fastang, Still Scrapper Kingdom, the Retro Russian, I think is this channel. This channel here. And I'll pull it up here in a minute. Go check out this channel here. Great guy. He's got some really cool shit. And until next time, fuck you, Barry. Fuck you. Whatever the name is, Rich. I can't fucking think straight because I feel like I just got dumber by watching this stupid shit. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.